For Kevin McGeehan.
I used to have a girlfriend named Jade. We started dating in 2017, and very quickly, she became one of my absolute best friends. Jade is smarter than me, she's more emotionally mature than me, and she can leg press 100 more pounds than me. But I am so much taller than her, so there's always a nice balance to our relationship. One of the things I genuinely like about our dynamic is the shorthand phrases we have, those little things where we only we know the definition. And one of my absolute favorites was, I get really excited to tell Jade things, and it's so apparent that Jade confessed to me one time that she could always tell when I was excited to tell her something because I would come at her with, and I quote, the manic energy of a kid who is desperately trying to get one of his parents to watch him jump off of a diving board. So from that point forward, anytime I was excited to tell her something, I would precede it with the phrase, Jade, watch me dive. Which in our shorthand just came to mean, I cannot wait to tell this to my best friend. So, an example. As we all know, Phoenix is oppressively hot. And one day I went to an Albertsons and I left my water bottle in the car. I went inside, and when I came out, I put my groceries in the trunk. I sat in the driver's seat, and I picked up my water bottle to take a drink. What I did not know was that in my absence, the heat had built up so much pressure inside the bottle that when I pushed the button and the airtight straw popped up, the water, and I can think of no other way to phrase this, the water ejaculated out and hit me right in the face. Stunned, two things went through my head. One, that was jarring. And I now have a newfound empathy for anyone who has ever been on the receiving end of an unexpected ejaculation. And two, this is hilarious and I cannot wait to tell Jade. So I rushed home and the first words out of my mouth were, Jade, watch me dive. And then I told her all about what eventually became known in the house as the H2-ogasm. 4 years into our relationship, it became glaringly apparent that our long-term goals did not align, and we mutually agreed that we needed to break up. However, we were living together and neither of us wanted to move, so we had to figure out a way to navigate what could be an awkward situation. However, what we found out was that it was exceptionally easy, because once the pressure of the romantic relationship was taken off, we were now able to go back and appreciate the things we liked about each other at the beginning, as opposed to fixating on the things that disappointed us at the end. And it was awesome. And then Jade made a new male friend. And where there is nothing wrong with Jade having a new male friend, it did accomplish one major thing. It bruised my fragile little ego. I got jealous, she got defensive. I got whiny, she got curt. And the underlying tension over the next couple of months became absolutely unsustainable. And this is when I started to question whether or not I even wanted to be friends with her anymore. I mean, in the past, I've been friendly with exes, but I've never truly been friends with where they still are a part of my life. And it disappointed me that I wasn't going to have that with Jade, but there was no part of me that thought we could. One day, we're standing in the kitchen and we get into an argument. I do not need to relitigate that argument, nor do I need to give you specific details. All you need to know for the purposes of this story is that I was right and she was not. I left the apartment in a huff, I drove to the gym, and I worked out angry for an hour. I tried to add 100 pounds to my leg press, and I was unsuccessful in the endeavor. When I came out, I was still kind of steaming, and then right when I got into my car, a text came through from Jade, and out loud to no one, I said, "Oh, this'll be good." And then I started reading it, and then I realized that because she's more emotionally mature than me, She said that she had been reflecting on our argument and that upon thinking more about it, that I was probably more right than she originally thought and offered up an apology. Now, I was not expecting that reaction. So between that, the oppressive heat, the post-workout pump, and the righteous indignation of being told I was right, my emotions were all over the place, which is why I was not paying attention when I picked up my water bottle, pushed the button, and water ejaculated out and hit me right in the face. And as I sat there, my emotions everywhere, I had the presence of mind to say out loud through gritted teeth, "This is hilarious." And that was when I totally knew that we could be friends, because even though right then I was so justifiably upset with my ex-girlfriend, I could not wait to tell all of this to my best friend. So without even responding to the text, I drove home, and when I walked in, Jade looked at me expectantly, not knowing how I was going to respond. So to make sure that she knew that all was forgiven, and I smiled at the person who has been one of my best friends for the last 8 years, my girlfriend for the first 4. And I simply said, "Jade, Jade, watch me dive."